Good afternoon, everyone. Very pleased that the Chief Constable will be joining us later at the press conference. Just to say that our police service has a very important role to play in keeping law and order during this crisis, and of course we want to work alongside him and his colleagues and to give him all of the support that he requires in order to keep us all safe. And we also send our sincere thanks to the officers who are continuing patrols and investigating crimes, because we do know that social distancing is difficult in a two-person vehicle patrol, and I very much appreciate the sacrifice of families of officers who, instead of stepping back, are actually stepping forward to be in the front line of this crisis. Yesterday we sent a simple but a stern message to employers, and I'm not going to repeat that message today. I know management has heard it and are acting upon it. We will monitor it, however, because we do want to protect the health of our employees and our workforce. And let me say, I understand the difficulties of all of these arrangements, but I do want all of our employees to feel valued, and I do very much value them all. All of us are doing things differently because these are not normal times. And so the Health and Safety Executive for Northern Ireland has drawn up additional advice, building on the advice issued by the UK Government, to guide businesses engaged in essential work on the measures that they must implement to minimise the risk of COVID-19 in the workplace. That advice stresses the importance of employers ensuring that they can implement the 2-metre social distancing rule between workers on the factory floor, in the office, in canteens, in kitchens and in vehicles. And I'm particularly conscious that food production, of course, is an essential service for everyone. We also need, of course, to protect the workers in the food service and in the production line, as well as supporting the industry. Systems must be in place if someone becomes unwell with COVID symptoms in the workplace, and strong guidance should be given to all employees on hygiene, on preventative measures, on cleaning of surfaces and workplaces. The UK-wide advice is available online at www.gov.uk under Guidance to Employers and Business about COVID-19, and the additional NI material is also available online. And if that advice cannot be adhered to, then companies should consider a number of suggested actions which are there, which include the reduction of workers on site at any one time, relocating workers to other tasks, redesigning processes to allow social distancing, putting in place temporary barriers and better use of technology such as teleconferencing, and of course adjustment of workflow or production line speeds. In education this week, we have had hundreds of schools open their doors and support the children of key workers. We should remember that while many families are staying at home and staying together, these children know that mummy and daddy are going out each day because they are in critical roles and are putting themselves at risk to support all of us. These young people, therefore, should be given all of the support possible. We are, however, aware that over 300 children were not able to be accommodated at their local school, and that is something that the Education Minister is working to address for those key workers. For business, the Economy Minister has launched the online portal at nibusinessinfo.co.uk relating to the £10,000 support for all small businesses with a rateable value of up to £15,000. That payment is based on your last rates bill. It will be made into your bank account, and efforts will be made to process that as quickly as possible. On personal protective equipment, I hear the concerns that are being expressed. We have drawn this to the attention of the Chief Nursing Officer and the Chief Medical Officer, and the Chief Nursing Officer has put out a video on the appropriate use of personal protection equipment. Please follow that advice, and just to reassure you, we are following expert guidance. The Health Minister is aware that there may be localised management issues around PPE, and he is dealing with it. Finally, before I hand over to Michelle, I know that the Chief Constable will touch on this issue, but there are a number of scammers who are trying to exploit the situation we now find ourselves in. That is awful, but sadly, we do have people like that in our society, so I'm asking people to be vigilant and report any suspected scams to Action Fraud at actionfraud.police.uk.